Are women's role in the world and in life and in relationships more important than a man's role? This is a real question I am asking you. I have my own thoughts on it, but I really want to present this as a comment video. I want to know what your thoughts are because I'm seeing so many women online right now talking about how useless men are. I'm also seeing a lot of men, and especially in manosphere areas, man, I said that weird, manosphere areas, who say the exact same thing, that women are useless. So if we're actually going to sit here and have a debate, are women's roles in life, in relationships, in society more important, as these many feminist women are saying, specifically feminists that I'm hearing say this, but some women who don't see themselves as feminists are also saying this, and a lot of their reasoning is because they're connected to their emotions. I'm concerned about why people hold so much value in emotional, not even awareness, but just in being emotional. I'm not saying being a sociopath is a healthy way to go. I just think that having emotions and putting emotions on a pedestal are very different things. Emotions are useful. They can be used in practical ways to understand how you're relating to a situation, how you're relating to people, how your body is responding. Emotions are useful, and it's important to understand what emotions you're having and to be in touch with those. Is it important for anyone else to know your emotions? I'm not sure. I'm not saying no, but I'm questioning the real value of being able to talk about your emotions. Also, they were mentioning how just having friends and support groups is something that women have that's more valuable than men. And I'm over here thinking, I've known a lot of women who have actually been told by their friends and their support groups to leave their husbands, to change their entire lives, to be more independent. Things that luckily the women that I have known did not take these advice from their friends who were telling them to uproot their life because they were having issues in their marriage rather than just working on it. Now, I've had friends who have been in marriages who've tried to work on it, but they were in abusive situations that, yes, then it's like, leave this. But just telling someone to divorce, go on your own, and find a new person in your life, find a new man, or don't even need a man, I question that they have your best interest in mind. I honestly do. I don't know if it's a conscious thing, but they're trying to sabotage you, I'm pretty sure. I think women have a tendency to want to sabotage everyone else. They want to belittle everyone else. I feel like it might be an insecurity that we have on our own in ourselves, but it does seem like that is how it is presenting into the world. Basically, that we have to belittle other people in order to feel better about ourselves. We have to belittle ourselves to help someone else feel more like a better victim. We have to do things that it puts people on tiers of who's better and who's worse. That's a really dangerous and awful thing to do. It's a slippery slope, and who is deciding it, and where is the plumb line? There isn't one. We cannot choose how we relate to people based on our emotions. It's too frivolous, it's too sporadic, it's too inconsistent. Society couldn't run like that. We couldn't run like that. Notice that in even the Constitution, we have nothing about being emotional as any part of this aspect. They're all practical things. So if you even look at that, when you look at and the pursuit of happiness, it actually said originally pursuit of virtue. Just for the record, we're not as Americans, pursuit of happiness. We have a right to pursue virtue. And in that virtueness, there is a joy. There's a joy everlasting, but it's not based on emotional happiness. The emotional happiness that is swayed by your circumstance. So when you look at the way that even laws are governed, emotions aren't an aspect of most laws because they're so up in the air. You can't really control how people are. Some people have a lot more emotions than other people. So anyway, when they use that as one of the major reasons why women are more valuable in the world than men, I don't think it's helpful. I think their amount of emotions and their whole selfishness of how their emotions are more important than anyone else is actually gives them the inability to have true empathy, the inability to even sympathize with someone. I think it actually makes you cold to other people's emotions. So I think that's something that is not actually a value asset at this point. What I do see is that men seem to be better with their hands. They seem to be more pragmatic about solving problems. Women want to talk a lot about problems, but they don't really like to solve things. They don't really like to move forward with things. We like to brainstorm and then have someone else do all the work. I think that women are generally better at nurturing, and I enjoy doing that aspect of it. So the feminine stuff I do think is very valuable. What do I think to make a world run, to make us consistently move forward in the world and to be able to interact with each other? I think the men are actually offering a lot more value on that front. I think that women can learn from men in this way, not to remove all of our femininity, but to really understand that there is a practical, pragmatic way to live that is actually healthier for us to be able to engage with other people as a society. I think women do tend to put value on the individual and men tend to put value on a whole. To me, that is the tendency, that is the pattern that I see. And I think that that also would make men and the way that their brains work a lot more valuable and helpful to society than women's. So I'm not trying to say women are not needed, but I'm saying that when you have these narratives saying that women are obviously more important than a man, I question why you even started that narrative in the first place. Because your debate, if you're really sitting there debating a person who's done their research, it's not going to end well for you. It's not going to come to your defense. It's not going to make you look smart. You're not going to have a lot of ways to respond. Probably because you didn't do research, you just went off your emotions. So I think one thing women need to remember is that belittling people will either make them step out or step down. We as women need to change our strategy. And I'm gonna have like a whole video on that next. That's my last video for today. So let me know your thoughts. I am a little under the weather. I'm trying to get these done. It's been really cold here in Texas. And because we spend so much time in Texas in 90 and 100 degree weather, my body is not acclimated for this anymore. It's very confused. Oh well. I will talk to you soon.
Let's go.